Welcome everyone, join us today as we explore the life and achievements of Red Symons, from his triumphant rise with Skyhooks, to his success on television, radio and beyond. So let's dive in. Redmond Symons, born the 13th of June 1949, in Brighton, Sussex, England. Born in Sussex, at age 9, his family emigrated to Australia in 1958, settling in the rural town of Emerald in the Dandenong Ranges, 53 kilometres east of Melbourne. Red grew up with younger sister Jane under parents Don and Leslie. Their home sat on an acre and a quarter, where the family kept goats, guinea fowl, and grew blackberry bushes. His father Don worked as a nightclub photographer at notable Melbourne venues, capturing images of international acts like Ella Fitzgerald, a role that would subtly shape Red's early exposure to music and glamour. From an early age, Red was both intellectually curious and temperamentally combative. He attended Emerald Primary School, later Monbulk High School and Upwey High School. He went on to enroll at the University of Melbourne, residing at Queen's College, and studied pure mathematics and computer science, fields that suited his analytical mind even as his heart was increasingly drawn to music and performance. In his late teens, Red moved into a share house in Fitzroy and became deeply involved in Melbourne's inner-city music, theatre, and countercultural scenes. He played guitar with friends, rehearsed constantly in communal houses, and performed at local hotels, pub venues, and theatre collectives including the Pram Factory. In 1973, he joined Skyhooks, a band about to change Australian rock. Glam rock band Skyhooks, with Red and Bob Starkey on guitar, Greg McCainch on bass and songwriting, Freddie Strauchs on drums, and Shirley Strawn fronting vocals, burst into national prominence with the 1974 album Living in the 70s. The band's sound was cheeky, provocative, specifically local, singing of suburbs, the absurdities of everyday life, and sexuality with blunt humor. The arrival of colour television and shows like Countdown expanded Skyhooks' reach dramatically, giving Red and the group a visual platform alongside their bold musical one. Their follow-up albums Ego Is Not a Dirty Word in 1975, Straight in a Gay World in 1976, Guilty Until Proven Insane in 1978, and Hot for the Orient in 1980, kept them at the forefront of Australian rock through the mid-late 1970s, though by 1980, the popularity curve had begun to flatten, and internal and external pressures caused Skyhooks to break up. Red then transitioned to television, becoming the snide judge on the Red Faces segment of Hey Hey It's Saturday. His sharp retorts and theatrical intensity carved a role for himself as a lovable but feared critic. Parallel to his TV presence, he composed for theatre and television shows, wrote jingles, and pursued solo musical work. Between 1976 and 1988 he released solo singles such as It's Only a Flip Side, The Big Time, and Sex Appeal, though these did not achieve major chart success. Alongside his television career, Red took on acting roles that allowed him to draw on his theatrical instincts. He appeared in Australian film and television productions across the late 1970s and 1980s, often cast in quirky or villainous parts that fit his dry-witted on-screen persona. His film work included appearances in The Rock-inflected Oz, also known as 20th Century Oz, in 1976, and he made guest appearances on popular TV dramas such as Neighbours and Blue Heelers. He also contributed to Melbourne's theatre scene, composing for stage productions and occasionally stepping into character roles, such as the narrator in The Rocky Horror Show. While acting never eclipsed his fame as a musician or presenter, it showcased his range and reinforced his reputation as a versatile performer willing to experiment across media. In 2002, Red briefly hosted the Nine Network game show Shafted, and that same year he took part in Celebrity Big Brother. The following year he appeared on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and became a familiar face in advertisements for Thrifty Link Hardware, a campaign that ran for a full decade between 2001 and 2011. By 2003, Red had moved into radio, taking over ABC Radio Melbourne's breakfast show. Over 15 years he built a reputation for offbeat humour, intellectual banter, and a persona that embraced being curmudgeonly yet deeply engaged, with listeners coming for both the entertainment and the personality behind the microphone. His life, however, took its share of heavy blows in recent years. In 2016, he separated from his longtime partner Ellie Agrotis, after 25 years of marriage. Together they had raised 3 sons, Samuel, Raphael and Joel. In July 2017, he fainted while shopping in Melbourne, hitting his head, suffering a serious concussion, and entering a coma for several weeks. The following year brought the family's greatest tragedy. Their eldest son Samuel, who had battled brain cancer since 4 years old, passed away at age 27. In the wake of this loss, Red withdrew from many public commitments, grief sharpening his view of what truly mattered. Professionally, in late 2017 his contract with ABC to host the breakfast program in Melbourne was not renewed, despite consistent ratings. He had also endured controversy. In 2017 an interview with Beverly Wang about her podcast led to backlash over culturally insensitive remarks, and the ABC subsequently removed portions of the broadcast, and apologized for the editorial lapse. In recent years, Red has stepped back from the spotlight. He lives quietly in Melbourne, keeping in touch with his sons, Raphael, who works in government communications, and Joel, who studied engineering. Though he misses the structure of daily radio, Red has found time for reflection. He swims, reads, and practices yoga-like exercises, keeping his health in check. He lunches with friends, sometimes travels, and is candid about his grief and the daily struggle of losing Samuel, whose cancer battle was documented in an episode of TV series Australian Story, in February 2010. Red Symons' legacy is one of versatility and influence. He helped define an era of Australian rock with Skyhooks, whose bold lyrics and flamboyant style shaped the youth culture of the 1970s. On television, he crafted a persona that entertained and provoked in equal measure, while as a radio host he became a familiar voice that millions started their mornings with. His story is one of resilience, wit, and reinvention, a career that continues to stand as a remarkable part of Australia's cultural landscape. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on your favorite artists, just like this. Take care and bye for now.